Welcome back to another episode of Passion Beer. I'm Nick, here with
Shane, of course.
All right, and Shane, you brought over another little treat for us to partake in.
Yes, waste no time, Nick.
No.
It's the Voodoo Trapped Under Eisbock, which is essentially a doppelbock that they basically freeze, and then they transferred it to some cherries for 3 months and cellared it. So this comes in, I think, about 14.5%. It is quite large. 36 cases made, so just a little over 400 bottles.
So this one's going to be pretty difficult to find.
This is, yes. They actually, I know a lot of the bottles were released on draft, and then, well, obviously some of the bottles during Philly Beer Week. Potentially some bottles could have made it out other than that, but yeah, they might be long gone for now. But first time having this, so let's get into it.
No, absolutely. First thing I noticed is some really awesome artwork there on the label with the skeleton and stuff.
Yeah, this is
very cool.
This is a tribute to Metallica.
Oh, okay.
Metallica song, Trapped Under something, Ice? I don't know. It was something like that. It was a tribute to one of the Metallica songs. I don't know exactly which one. However, that's that.
It definitely is a very cool label and a little something out of what. A little bit different than what Voodoo normally does. Now, Voodoo, right. They're relatively local. They're a PA brewery.
Yep, towards Pittsburgh area.
Yep. I've had a couple of their beers, and I know we reviewed quite a few on their site.
Absolutely.
Always solid beers. So, no, dark brownish color.
Yeah, definitely like a burgundy. You got more of a head stick in there than I do, but I mean, it's definitely kind of a off-white, little light beige color head.
I mean, right off the bat, you do get that deep caramel malty aroma that has a bunch of backbone to it. You also get a little bit of hint of the cherries.
I get the cherries. If you, I mean, it does. It smells almost kind of like a medicinal cherry to me, like a cherry flavored cough drop or something like that. I do get some alcohol on the nose as well, which is as expected, but definitely like the malt. Like
I think the malt really dominates the aromas on this one. Man,
try it out.
Well, cheers. Let's try this out. First things first, you said this is about a 14% beer. I don't get any of the alcohol.
Not at all.
Very, very subtle.
Just gonna say that.
This would probably be a very dangerous beer. It's something slower to drink because of the heavy, in my opinion, the heavy malt backbone. So it's going to try and pace yourself out with that.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean,
wow.
It's not overpowering in either. I mean, the malt obviously I think is the focus and the base of the beer, as many doppelbocks are. But I think the cherry is really nice. It's very understated. It's not overpowering. It's not tart puckering. It's not sickening sweet. It's really nice. It's a nice compliment to the malt. It really is.
Absolutely, and I think the malt's so dominant in this in the way that it's aged. I've had Icebox before where I let them sit for a little while, and the malt profile just seems to overwhelm the beer. So it's hard to pick out those different intricacies of the beer, but this is really good. The cherries added at the back end, or
they were actually aged on sour cherries.
Okay.
So after they transferred it off the ice, then they put it on sour cherries, and I mean I think it imparts a pretty nice flavor, but it's really not for being sitting on sour cherries for 3 months. It's not overpowering by any means, but it does give it a nice flavor. So I think that's really well done. For me, I think this one it's really good. I think generally for Icebox, I don't really care for them. Just because some of the flavors seem to really take a big tangent sometimes, and it's just very alcoholic and very, I don't know. But this one's really nice. I think the cherries add a nice complexity to it. For me, I'm going to give this one a 91.
Yeah, I'm definitely right there with you. It has a nice, the alcohol, very mute in the taste. You do get that. I don't know if a lot of that is covered up by the tartness of the cherries on the back end. But the malt profile does really carry the backbone of this beer throughout. Overall, solid Eisbock. I'd probably have to clock in right around 90%.
Nice.
It's a darn good beer, and especially with it being such a limited release, it's a difficult beer to brew.
It is, and I mean, it took them, I want to say they cellared it for over a year, and then at least 6 months of just the brewing. So I mean, this is at the minimum an 18-month process to make this bottle happen. So
we probably can't expect to see more of these
probably
coming out anytime soon.
not relatively soon. I mean, it's definitely a testament to the craftsmanship that Voodoo does. I mean, they do some really good stuff, and just, you know, this beer, for hiding the alcohol, like you said, I think that's one of the big selling points of this. I mean, for such a big beer and not to be, you know, have those harsh alcoholic notes. I mean, I think that's really nice, and just job well done.
No,
really
absolutely. Well, this concludes another episode of Passion Beer. Thanks for watching. This is Voodoo
Trapped under the Eisbock.
Under the Eisbock.
See you guys next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.